All right, I don't want to spend a ton of time prepping this, but I think one of these will work really good for. I might mask it down the middle, paint one color on one side, paint the other, so I can kind of see the contrast, but also gives a little bit of roundedness in the sunlight. If you just paint something flat, it doesn't give you a really good idea of how it's going to look on the actual truck. So let's see if I can get this thing off of here real quick. I don't know if you can see anything, but anyway. I definitely used the right hardware when I put these on like 17 years ago. But they didn't blow off and nobody walked away with them, so I guess it works. That's rusty. I feel like it's gonna snap right off. Ran when parked. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't smacked in the face in a while. I had that coming. That was stupid. I may not include that because I feel real dumb. There we go. Just brake stuff. Great. It was worth it. Broken nose, but you know, I got the part off. All right, I'm gonna sand this real quick. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time prepping it. I think I have some primer of some kind in a can. And I think because it's so nice out, I need to put this back on my station wagon. We use this carburetor to break in my buddy Troy's engine. But, you know, right now, station wagon doesn't have a carb on it. So, you know how well putting a piece of plastic over the intake manifold works. So, I'll throw that on there too today just to seal it up. But first, do a little sanding. All right, throw this on here real quick. It's got a 350. She's on an all carb diet. I hope I have the mounting gasket, the flange gasket. Anyway, I gotta prop this hood up with something. Throw that carb back on there. Got this sturdy broom here. This definitely won't fall and hit me in the face. Let's probably go a little higher. It's important to like try to hold all the little pieces in one hand so you can drop them. And if you don't hear the plink plink plunk to the ground, you know you're in trouble. But anyway, let's see. I have the gasket. I do! Ooda dolly, ooda lolly. Golly, what a day. Okay. Seems simple enough. Just gotta put it back on. Not sure why I took that stud, air cleaner stud completely out, but here we are. Oh, see, that's what you want to do. You want to drop your washer straight down the app. Fortunately. Okay. Crisis avoided. Alright, I got too many things at once in my head. So let me get this on. And it looks, you know, it looks kind of cool. Alright, I'll get this bolted on, then we'll fire it up. Alright, it's all hooked up. The fuel fitting might leak, and this idle is probably nowhere close because we were messing with it with Troy's engine. So here we go. Let's see if it'll fire up for us. Nope. Dead as a doornail. Alright. Alright. Let that charge a little bit. You know, it's a mystery why I never get anything done. I mean, I'm so productive. I mean, I'm charging a battery to get a car started. It didn't have a carb on it. When I started out today wanting to paint something. So, you know, I don't know. It's a mystery. All right, that's out there cooking. We're inside sanding, which was what I set out to do today. Whatever. Also, this is a really awkward shaped part. I don't know where to set this. I got that sanded down real quick. This battery's been charging for a little while now. So, let's see how bad the idle's off. Squeaky door. Whoa. Sounds pretty doggone good. Let's see if the fuel's leaking. So I got this cleaned up good enough. I think what I might do is do like, I don't want to do too much of a design that's going to be a distraction from the actual colors, but I want to kind of break it down as if it was like, if this was the hood, this is the fender, so just something there with the from there down it's going to be the root beer color, and then on the top do the flat gold, just so it's sort of the same orientation as it is on the truck, maybe. So I gotta get some more rags and acetone to clean my gun out after I paint it. So hold that thought. All right, I'm back with rags and acetone. This is wax and grease remover. So, you know what else would work really well for testing out paint would be old motorcycle tanks. You know, they're small, they're rounded. You can sand them down a bunch of times, and it doesn't matter if the inside sucks, you just need a nice one from the outside. So anyway, we'll get this cleaned up and then throw some primer and some paint on it. Here's the primer I'm gonna use, and this is the paint shaker. Sure is nice to have this every once in a while. Well, that laid down pretty nice. I got a little extra, so I'm gonna hit some of those filler spots on the cab while I'm at it. Waste not, want not. Whatnot. Always wear a mask. See, I have kind of a lot left over, so I'll probably throw another coat on that in like 10 minutes, but just trying to seal up that filler a little bit. So anyway, this laid out pretty nice. Like I said, it's not supposed to be perfect, it's just a test panel, but I think that's gonna work pretty good. So here's the hot rod flats from TCP Global. It's the Driftwood Beige Metallic. This is a 4-to-1 mixing ratio. Since we're not, you know, actually painting that much square footage, it won't take very much. And I made a mess. Perfect. So this is more of the TCP Global hot rod flats. So obviously it's when it's wet it's shiny, but I might take it outside, see what it looks like in the sun, but it looks pretty cool. It'll dry a lot lighter than that, but there's obviously a lot of metallic in here, so let's take it outside. Alright, so I got it outside here. And it's always cameras and lighting, and anyway, maybe one of those angles will be the actual color, but I like it. Wasn't too sure. It's always hard to tell on a computer screen, but just based off of the some other gold colors that I've bought from them, this was like a little bit lighter in the family of gold. So yeah, I think that's gonna look really nice. All right, I got this masked off roughly. This will be the root beer color. Probably should have done it higher, whatever. I'm not sure if the gray, painting the root beer over the gray would be different than painting it over the hot rod flat, so I figured I'd just keep it both gray, because that's what I'm gonna do on the truck. So anyway, that might just rip all the primer off when I demask it, but you know, whatever. All right, here's one coat. So it's a little thin still, but it's a lot lighter, which is a good thing. That's kind of what I was after. Obviously it's shiny right now, that'll dull out and be flat, but so far so good. All right, step 1, or 3, 7. Anyway, got the masking tape off without ripping off the primer, so that's good. Normally you wouldn't do it this way because it's going to leave an edge of paint, but this is just a test panel, so I like the flat gold so far. So it really just kind of boils down to whether or not it's going to look good with this. That looks really dark. I mean, it is really dark, but this is House of Color Root Beer Candy. So it's a base coat. It's not quite a candy coat, so it's not as translucent as a candy, but it's got a little bit of those characteristics. But I think it's gonna look real good with some clear on it. All right, I got it back masked off, and that's the term. I got the top half masked. Now I need to paint just a little bit on either side of that. All right, one coat down, 2 to go. It's pretty dark, but that's good. Need some contrast. This is also going to be clear coated. The gold is going to be matte, and then I'll clear the root beer color. All right, I just finished up the second coat of clear. It's just rattle can clear because apparently I didn't have the hardener for my UC35 House of Color clear. But, you know, it's shiny. I'm gonna try to take this masking off. I always seem to rush it. I really want to take it off though. So see if I can set up the camera, because it is quite satisfying to take the masking paper off. All right, that's pretty close. Guess I can turn it. All right, so let's go ahead and screw this up by rushing the demasking. Oh, don't knock it over. Anticipation building. Oh yeah, let's get it up close on this this part here. Nice. Let's see, try to get this off one-handed. Nice. Got some overspray on the front, but that is essentially the color combo, and I like it. Of course, it's cloudy outside today, so I can't actually check it in the sun, but I think that's looking pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll get another shot of this out in the sun, and we'll go from there. Good morning, America. How are y'all? Finally got some sunshine here. It's a little windy, but now I can finally check out the paint that I picked in the sunlight. So let's see. Oh, okay, it's a little too bright. Just kidding. Oh yeah. Got a lot of nice gold metallic in it, and then the flat gold color on the top looks pretty good. Technically they call that buckskin. That's pretty yellowish. I mean, it's tan, but to me that looks a little more buckskin. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice, especially the root beer. I don't know, what do you think? I think I'm gonna go with it. At some point, you got 37 million different colors to choose from. You just gotta pick some and spray it. So now I can actually get to work on the finishing up priming and lining, painting the firewall. All right, one thing left but to do it. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for my test paint video here. I'm gonna get to work on this firewall. Thanks for checking in. We'll catch you next time.